First practical was to introduce you with the printf predefined function, in which we have printed something on the screen. The second practical was all about the calculator, in which we have performed four basic operation, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. That operation we have performed using two ways. In first way, we have used initialization of a variable, and in the second way we have used the scanf function. From now onwards, for each practical we are going to use scanf only, because initialization is not used in real-time scenario for the normal programs, right? So here you can see the list of practicals for our second chapter. These practicals are going to cover throughout our second chapter. As I told you earlier that our second chapter is all about theories, I believe that first I should cover some practicals so that you will be habituated with the terms that I am going to teach you in my theoretical part. Right? So I am going to explain the practicals as well as theories. The motive of this practicals is just to make you habituated with the scanf and printf and all that general terms. Right? So our first practical here is, as you can see on the screen, write a program to calculate the area of circle, area and perimeter of a rectangle and area of a triangle, right? So you have to calculate all of these in the single program. This is your first practical. Now, to perform this practical, first I have to open my IDE, that is Dev C++ as I am using it. So here it opens, Control N to open a new source file. Now to perform any practical, you must know that what is the logic of that practical. Here, as you can see the definition of a practical, we have to find the area of circle, area of triangle, area of rectangle and the perimeter of rectangle. So we must know that what will be the inputs and what will be the output, like what user must, for what variables user must give input, like which variables are used for scanf and which variable must be printed on screen as a result. So you must be very clear about this thing. So initially when you are not clear about this thing, you can use pen and paper to write down everything, right? So here in our program, first I want to tell you that how you can find area of circle, right? Then after, in the same program I am going to cover that how you can find the other results. See, I have already told you that whatever I have written on screen right now is all about comments. So comments are two types of comments. First is single line comment and second is multi-line comment. I am going to cover comments in a theoretical portion, but right now I am just showing you that how comments are used in practicals. So whatever I have written is a single line comment. If I just hit enter and write area of rectangle, then you can see the difference of colors, right? Even the first comment is having italic style, but the second line is having normal style. So this is called single line comment because as I have not put slashes over here, so it was not comment, now it is comment. If I want such comment, I can use, for multi-line comment I can use slash star star slash, right? So here our program is all about area of circle, area of rectangle, area of triangle and perimeter of rectangle. If you are already well aware about this program, you can just skip this video, and even if you want to try first, you can just try this things first. You can try it by yourself and then come to this video and see the solution. Now, what exactly our first statement should be in our program, that is include stdio dot h. For initial practicals, I am going to explain this structure again so that you are habituated with this. For the advanced program, I am not going to explain this structure. Then what should become? Int main. After that, braces should be there. Inside the braces, I am going to write return 0. So this is the very general formula for any program. Now we know that we are including stdio, standard input output header file, for printf statement or scanf statement. If you are going to use these statements, then I need this header files, right? Now our actual program starts. In this practical, I want to introduce you with one term, that is constants. It may happen that in your program you need to write equation like 2 into something, or here as in a case of area of circle, you need to multiply 3.14 with the equation, because area of circle is pi r square. The value of pi is 3.14. In our program, in our keyboard, there is no any option for pi, right? So you have to put the value, not this Greek, that geek sign, right? Never misunderstood that thing. So whenever you are multiplying some constant, that constant can be declared in two ways. One way I am going to show you right now, which is known as macros also, but I am going to cover it in detail after some time also in the theoretical portion. So in practical, suppose I want to tell my computer that whenever I am using pi, that means you have to consider the value 3.14. For that I can use define pi 3.14. So this is basically nothing but the floating constant. If you are writing just 3, that means you are using integer constant. You can also write characters also. Character constants are there also. That portion I am going to cover in theory. But right now you just understand that here I can use constants. So I have declared constant at the beginning of this program. So my computer would know that whenever it encountered pi, that means it have to take value 3.14. Now, just to find the area of circle, how many input and outputs are needed? So first I need I just need radius, right? Because pi is having constant value that I have already declared, right? That I have already defined at the beginning of program. So I just need the value of radius. So for that I am taking variable r. Now what will be the output? Output will be the area of circle. So I am telling it as A1. Because meanwhile I also need A for rectangle and triangle. That's why I am giving it as a value of A1. Right? One rule is that you cannot write 1A. First character of any identifier must be alphabet or underscore. Except this, you cannot use any other letters. You cannot use digits, right? So first character must be underscore or any alphabet. You cannot use numerical. So you can write A1, but you cannot write 1A, right? It should not start with any number. This is the rule of defining any identifier. After that, semicolon. But where is data type? There is no data type. I have to tell computer that what will be the type of R and what will be the type of result A1, right? So what do you think? Can the radius be floating or it should be integer only? No, radius can be floating point also. So that's why I am taking float, right? And as I am multiplying it with 3.14, that means I can have result in decimals also. So that's why result is also in float. You can also separately write it as float R semicolon and float A1 semicolon. But for simplicity, I am writing something like this. Now, just think that what are the input user should give. User is just entering the value of R, right? A1 will be calculated through my program, right? If user is entering A1 itself, then there is no need of this program. So I am just going to take input from user for value R. So for that I am just I'm using printf, enter the value of R. So I am telling user to enter the value of R, and at the end of this I am writing a semicolon. After that, so it will be printed on my screen. After that, the cursor will blink, if you remember the last program. So now I have to use scanf. I have already told you that inside scanf you do not need to write anything. Do not write anything, just use the predefined format for scanf. So for scanf I am using %f. Why %f? Because I have used float for R. And I am taking value of R from user, so it will be float only. And after that, and R. Why and R? Because I want whatever value entered by user should be go to the address of R, which is defined as this symbol and R. Right? So this is the syntax for scanf. Now nothing will be printed because I have not implemented the logic right now. So for the logic, I can do something as A1, the value of A1 is equal to what the value is? Pi. Now whenever I am writing pi, what the computer will understand? It does not know this word, but when it does not know anything, it will go to the beginning of the program and check if the value defined there. Here's the value defined there, so it will replace this pi with 3.14, then multiply it with R. Again R, you can also use power function, but we have not covered it here, so I am just using pi R square, and right. So this is the program. Will this program print anything on screen? No, because I have stored value of A1. Inside the box labeled as A1, I have stored value, that is 3.14 into R square. But this value is not printed yet. So the value is there, but you have not printed anything on screen. To print something, you have to use printf. The area of circle is, and now you don't want to print just A1, but you want to print the value inside A1, and that's why you have to use percentage sign. With percentage you can write df anything, but what I will write as I have defined. So here A1 is declared as float, so that's why I have to use f over here. And which value should be printed, value of which variable should be printed will be told by to computer by writing the variable name A1 over here, right? So first I have to save the program. I am saving it as P2, that is practical 2, and if I compile this program, if it is not having any error, then it will be compiled successfully, as you can see on the screen, and then run. Now see, enter the value of R. I am entering 3. Giving enter, it will give the area of circle will be 28.26, which is correct up to 6 decimal places because I have taken the value in float. Now you can see that you can just manually calculate if this value corrects or not. Let me just calculate it for you. Calculator. Okay, I am not that good with maths, but 3.14 into say 3 into 3. So yes, 28.26. So our answer is correct. So my logic is implemented correctly. So this is how you can find the area for circle. Suppose you have told that R should be in integer, but the answer can be float. At that time, what changes must be done by the user? Here, value of R is integer, so that's why you have to use D over here, but you have to use F over here. So this is the change if you are declaring R as integer but result as float. But we are not going to do because this is not the real time scenario. Now, if I want to find the area of rectangle and triangle, just let me do something on screen and just see that. I hope if you want, you can also pause the video and do the practice of the remaining practical and then just come to see the answers. If your logic is correct or not, I am going to do the entire program for the rest of students, right? So you can do what you want. Now, I am declaring L, B, A2 and H and A3, and for the height of I am using X and Y, right, for the triangle. So these are the inputs and outputs. I am taking each of them in float. Right? So this is radius, this is result 1 of area of circle, this is length and breadth for the rectangle, this is area of rectangle. For perimeter I am using P, and here X and Y for the height and for the area of triangle, right? So the result will be 3, and this is the perimeter, right? So now let me just write the entire program. You can the video is just fast forwarded. So here first I have to tell printf enter the value of L and B or L and the same thing will just save this program and let me check if there is an error or not. Okay, compile successfully, run. So the area here, the radius is 3, the value of L is, okay, so I have not put that colon over there, so 2, X is 2, Y is 5, so see, the area is 28.26, which is correct, that we have already checked. The area of rectangle is L into B, that is 4. The area of triangle is 1 by 2 X into Y, that is 5. So this is correct. The perimeter of the rectangle is 8 because it is 2 into L plus B, right? So now can you see this result is printed so messy. It is printed in a single line. I don't want that, right? I just want to make it more formatted. So for that, what I'm doing here, first I'm going to print colon so that it looks good. Make sure that you are not messing with the scanf. Always try to make everything perfect by using printf. Now I want that after this line printed, after this printf, the next input should be in the next line. So for that, from next time I'm going to use /n. So that means this syntax means I want this input in a next line. Just let me save it, compile it, and if I run this program, you can see 3, 2, 2, 2, then Y is 5. See, you can see the organized output. So this is how you can perform a practical. In this, I have introduced you with the first term, that is constant, that I am going to cover in detail in my theoretical video, and also the logic. We have also studied about this character /n, which is trigraph character. I am going to explain that in detail in my theoretical video as well. But this is how you can perform a practical, right? So make sure you can just play with this code. If you want, you can organize this in very optimized manner also. I hope you enjoy this class and understand everything. If you have any doubt, you can comment below the comment section and ask me. In the description box of this video, I have already mentioned the practicals that we are going to cover. So if you want to perform this practicals, then it's very good, right? So see you in the next video. Thank you so much.